I have a phobia of public transport. Before I start this story, guys, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button with the notification bell on right now. Hit that like button. It's got over like 350 likes on this video. And if you are from TikTok, leave me a comment down below. Every single person from TikTok, comment TikTok. I want to know every single person. Let's get on with the story. Okay, so public transport. What I mean by public transport is, you know, trains, buses, taxis, everything public transport. I was just trying to clear it up, okay? If you don't know what public transport is, it's those things, you know, the stuff that the public go on, that they pay to use. Oh my god, why am I explaining this? So this all took place like 2 years ago, and I was kind of getting into using, you know, transport. Especially the bus and the train, because I would always go places with, you know, my cameramen, with my editors, all that stuff, and would go places to record videos. And what happened in this story, genuinely, leave me a comment down below, because I think it might affect you, because it has affected me in so many ways that I physically cannot step onto a bus or step into a train. And if I have to, and genuinely I mean this, if I have to, if there is nothing else going on for me, there is no way, I'm lost, okay? I am stranded on an island somewhere, and the only way off this island is a bus. I would probably try not get on the bus. But if I had to, I would probably pass out or something stupid, because I can't deal. I'd be banging, I'd be tapping on the glass trying to get out of the window. That's how like scared and just disgusted I am by public transport. So here we go. And this story is genuinely really quite emotional for me, because it does, you'll understand by the end, but it scarred me for life. Like, you don't understand how just scared and just honestly, I'm waffling because I just want you to understand how like emotional this is for me. One day I was going to swimming. I was meant to be meeting my friends at the local pool, and the best way to get there, because my parents were at work, was a bus. There's a bus that literally runs into my local town, and the swimming pool is like a 3-second walk away. It's so close. So one day, everything is super normal. I wake up, I'm having a great day, and then I'm meeting my friends. I think it was like 2 p.m, so around there. I don't know the specifics. Like I said, this was 2 years ago, so don't like quote me on anything, but it was around that time, like 2 p.m, okay? And me and my friends were meant to be having a great day, and to be honest, 3/4 of it was a really great day. So in the morning, I am really, at this point in time, have no problem whatsoever with getting on anything, like buses, whatever. I can do everything. I've been to London, I've done the undergrounds, I can do everything. So I walk up to my bus stop, which is like 3 minutes walk, probably somewhere around there. I get on the bus, everything is super normal, and it's kind of fun. I'm not gonna lie, don't even get me started, okay? You know when you get on a bus, and you're kind of like, okay, you know, feeling good. And then there's that rush you get when you pay the guy, you know, behind the steering wheel, the driver. And then you have that, like, you know, you look down the bus and you see, like, oh, all the spots are, you know, they're all open. There is no one in the bus. But what do? What are you gonna do when every single spot on the bottom floor is open? You're gonna run upstairs, and you're gonna get that front goddamn seat right at the window on the top, because that seat is lit. So that's exactly what I did, okay? 17 years old, I'm still a child, basically, because I'm an idiot. So I run on this bus, I run upstairs, and I go and sit on the front bus. So I'm having a genuine great time upstairs, right above the driver. And I get there. Nothing happened, okay? I just get there. There was no one on the bus. It was 2 p.m, people were sort of, you know, at work. People just weren't really, and I know that elderly people kind of use buses and that. They obviously just weren't using them because it's 2 p.m. Do old people even get up before 2 p.m? Genuinely? Like, they're all asleep all the time, I swear. Maybe that's just my nan that stays up until like 6 a.m. in the morning watching EastEnders. So anyway, I get there, I walk to the pool, and we have a great day. I say day, I mean like 2.5 hours maybe. I stay until about 4:30, 5 o'clock. And this is where things just went wrong, because 5 o'clock, what happens at 5 o'clock? People come home from goddamn work. By the way, I should have mentioned, this was in like a school holiday. This was in like Easter. So obviously I had 2 weeks off, but people were still at work, because that's how, yeah, you understand. So me and my friends start swimming. We have a great time. Like I said, 2.5 hours we spent there. And then again, it was time for me to get back on the bus. So we all get dressed from swimming. We walk back over to the bus stop. We all went together, because basically every single one of us used a bus to get there. We all just used different buses, because obviously we don't live next to each other. So I got on my bus, my friend got on his bus, and I was the very last person to get on the bus though. All my friends were gone. I was the last person, and there was a lot of people around the bus stop. And I was kind of hoping that they would all get on, you know, different buses, so it would just be, you know, me on the bus again, because that would be fun. So anyway, this whole, you know, bus situation happens. The bus comes. I am probably like one of the last person to get on the bus. Reason being is I am a 17-year-old kind of child-looking kid. I'm not gonna lie, 17 years old, I was a bit of a skinny child, okay? I was one of those kids that didn't put weight on. I could eat anything I want and just look like a genuine string bean. So I go to the back, and I was also a very kind of shy kid at this point in public, so I go to the very back of the line. I'm the last person on the bus, but luckily there was a space on the bus. So the whole of the start of this video, you know, I was talking about getting on the bus and going upstairs. Yeah, I didn't have that feeling, because when I got on the bus and paid the guy the £2.50 required to get home, the bus was full. Upstairs was full. Instead of me looking down and seeing no one, there was everyone. And then I had to go upstairs, right? And upstairs I look and I'm like, there is literally no seats. There was one seat downstairs that I luckily just, it was there, and I didn't see it because my eyesight isn't great. So I go back downstairs, I'm looking for the seat, and it's sat next to this old guy. And this guy genuinely seemed like a lovely guy. I'm not going to say he was like, you know, a child predator or anything. He was a genuine nice guy. We actually spoke for like half the time. I'm gonna say like 80 years old, somewhere around there, give or take 5, I guess. And me and him spoke. I'll say that the journey home was around about 15-20 minutes, and me and him were speaking for like 10 minutes. He seemed like a genuinely nice guy. He was telling me about his, you know, grandchildren, which I didn't really care about, but I obviously acted interested. And then he kind of asked me if, you know, I was dating anyone, if I had a girlfriend, and he was like that, and I told him, yeah, I do at this point, because I did. And then we started talking about that, and then I don't know why I did this, I really don't. I asked him, have you got a wife? And then the man looks at me in the face and genuinely looks like he's about to start crying. 80 years old, he turns around, you know, well, not really turns around, but he stares at me in the eyes and tells me that his wife just left him. Like within the last month, he said, I'm pretty sure. So I obviously feel really bad that I just brought this up and made him feel kind of awkward because, yeah. And yeah, like I said, he looks like he's gonna cry, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry, dude. He tells me what happened to his wife, you know, how he left him, cheated on him and stuff. And then this man, and this is where things get really quite emotional for me, quite scary. And this is where my phobia started, because what happens next, genuinely, and leave me a comment if this would put you off public transport. It destroyed me, honestly, destroyed me. It's the first time this has ever happened to me ever. Like, this was awful. This man starts, like, you know, grabbing his chest. He's holding his chest, and I'm like, yo, what are you doing, dude? He's old. He's 80 years old, okay? He grabs his chest and he can't talk. Like, his breath is gone. He's just genuinely sucks for me to tell this, because I feel bad. I still, to this day, like, reliving this was like the scariest day of my life. He then is, you know, grabbing his chest and kind of looking at me, and I'm guessing tried to talk. His mouth was moving, but nothing was coming out, and I have bad eyesight, okay? I couldn't lip read at all. I had no clue what he was saying at all, and I couldn't see what was happening. So I didn't know what was going on, okay? I really didn't know what was going on. I just was like, whoa. This is where things get bad. He genuinely falls off of his chair. Like, he rolls to the right, falls off of the chair. He was next to the aisle, falls into the aisle, and then obviously he flops on the floor and is still, you know, laying there like he has no life in him. And then people, obviously, he's just flopped to the floor. He's 80. People start ringing the ambulance. You know, the bus driver stops, and they tell him it was a heart attack. And this is why I just have a phobia of buses, and I cannot go anywhere near them.